Hello, hi. Oh my goodness, it's me. I'm the one doing an intro today. I am Erin, also known as Wren, and today we're welcome to the 12 FPS Cooking with Jenna. I completely forgot for 5 seconds. I will be playing as Senora Chip Chicken as per usual, and I am also joined by the lovely second player for this FPS.
Hi, I'm Mira. Uh, hi, hello. I will be playing James Thomas today. Hello.
We're always so good at doing introductions.
Yep.
We make
Um,
no issues today.
totally. There have been no technical difficulties at all. Anyways, how do we want to start this FPS off?
Well, yeah, I can very quickly start us off. I will say to the audience, it's not super important that you listen to this not FPS, so that you listen to this game, but there is just a very itty bitty bit of context for the beginning. But Chip has been trying to stick by James these past few days after the events of Rat Rescue Roadtrip. Um, and it's mostly just her stopping by after before work to check up on him when or if she has time, maybe like stops by with some snacks or drinks or something. Just I feel like most of the time it's just her coming up to him with little simple checkups, just like, "Hey, are you okay? How have you been doing these past few days?" Everything like that. Um, but today isn't exactly any different. Probably another slow day where words are failing me. She This time though she does stop by once again and checks up on him since she has quite a bit of time to do so today actually.
He is feeling very loved and looked after by her bringing him snacks and stuff. Uh, but I am gonna just really quickly roll a thing to see if he is slightly bothered by the checking up questions. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
that's a 16. Uh, he There's, like, a slight little bit of, like, I'm an adult, I'm fine, I but, like, it's not very obvious. Like, this wasn't a
mhm.
deception, it's just I was trying to see how well he was handling being mother henned.
It comes with the territory.
Yep, I look at his backstory, he has a little bit of, trauma. I do wiggles.
I'm so sorry, James.
It's fine. He's fine. He got a 16. He's fine. He's handling it. He
Everything is fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's fine. He's like just like the slightest bit annoyed, but he's easily able to kind of just move past it a little bit and he knows it's just coming from a place of care. It's just he's 19. He knows how to take care of himself. He's doing his best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm imagining maybe on the last uh when do we want to say this takes place in
Um,
during the day?
I hmm.
I know that's like this is the hard part
Yeah.
because like they're technically working
Yeah.
and like maybe it's at the end of both of their shift
Yeah, I don't
question
wanna
mark.
say it's, like, exactly closing time, but it's starting to approach that.
Yeah, like, maybe James has, like, one of the shifts that are not exactly closing, but it's still close to closing time,
Mhm.
and so, like, he's just wiping down his, station, and that's kind of, like, his last task for the day, and he kinda just, smiles as Chip kind of approaches, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, Chip."
Yeah, I think I need to mentally prepare. Okay. She does I think I don't know how the doors work. Just it doesn't exactly matter, but she does open the doors and like steps inside and gives him a little wave. She doesn't have any snacks this time, very unfortunately. But she gives him a wave and a smile and just a simple little "How have you been doing? Has the day been treating you well?" Everything like that. Just simply making sure he's fine and that today's been going
Mhm.
great.
Yep. Yep. Oh my gosh. Why? There we go. Okay. What is your deception modifier, James? Because he doesn't want to be rude. Okay.
I
There's it's just a straight D20. Oh boy, here we
I am
go.
eyeing him.
Dice gods, be kind to me. Oh, that's a 15.
Oh,
Okay. Maybe roll insight to see if you pick up on anything.
I will do just that. Let's see. 7. No.
Okay, you don't really notice anything happen with James's smile or anything like that as you check up on him, Chip. He just is smiling at you, and he just kind of puts the oh shoot, I'm trying to like rag the well, not really rag, it's the washcloth.
Mhm.
I feel like that's the wrong word for
I
it
don't
in
the most that I could
hospitality.
think of is like a paper towel or something.
Uh,
I usually just use those to wipe down the counters, but
yeah, well, there's, at least from my experience at working at Taco Bell,
that is
when I
true.
was 19, uh, there is a special, cloth that you use in that is, color coded to the specific bucket
Mhm.
that is specifically with, kind of like your sanitation, cleaning liquid and stuff that you just quickly wipe stuff down with,
Yeah, well, I
and
mean, yeah, I think we can just call it a rag or something.
yeah, okay, it just in my brain was going, "But no, if we use rag, that denotes that it's all raggedy and stuff," and I'm smacking my brain, it's fine. It's
Oh, the
fine,
writing woe.
it's being really picky about words today, apparently.
Mhm.
I need to shut off the author inside of me. Anyways, so he just kinda plops it back in its designated bucket, all clean, and he kinda just shoves his hands into his hoodie pockets and smiles at you, and it's just like, "Yeah, no, I've been fine. It's, uh, it's just been normal shift. Like, workday was normal, I've slept kind of okay for the most part, like, I have nightmares and stuff still, but that's just kind of my normal, Chip."
She just kinda gives him, like, a little sympathetic look at the, because I think at first she's just, like she's smiling, like, "Oh, I'm glad that you've been sleeping well and that today hasn't been super eventful," and then just the mention of nightmares, she just kinda I don't think the expression really tends to change, from every time they're brought up, but it is sympathetic, and she gives him, like, I don't wanna say exactly a frown, but she just a slight frown, just like, I'm very sorry to hear that they haven't gone away yet."
They have kinda just been with me since I actually got my memories mostly back.
She kinda gives him a little nod, and my words just died in my throat,
Oh, I
kinda
feel that.
kinda
I
gives
feel
him
that.
kinda gives him a little nod and I think steps a little bit further into the kitchen and, um, looks around and I was like, "I'd assume you're finishing up right now?"
Oh, yeah, no, you just caught me literally finishing the last task I had to do before I clocked off.
Chip gives him, I think, a slight chuckle, just as per usual, the normal staff what, just monotone, "Ha ha ha." Um,
James kinda giggles a little at that, like, just like, uh It's like he's not laughing at her and stuff,
Mhm.
but, like, even when she's monotone, her laugh is still kind of infectious.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's so sweet. Um, and I think she starts to take a like, kind of looks over the kitchen a little bit more and takes a small step towards the door and is like, I think I actually no, I have a better idea. I think she kind of looks down at her hands and then tilts her head and then pats around and is like, "Oh, I did not bring any snacks with me today. I'm sorry."
Oh, it's okay. Actually, I was kinda hoping you wouldn't, uh, we're not actually gonna roll for this because we're purposefully failing. He digs around in his his hoodie for a little bit in his pocket and pulls out, uh he pulls out 2 things. He pulls out pie, a nice, rich, dark, kind of berry pie, but he doesn't really notice that, there's also something black and goopy on his hands as he holds out the pie for Chip to take.
I I words are failing me. She kind of just gives him another smile. Again for plot, she also doesn't notice and reaches out for the plate. And as she's about to take to pull it back, then well, as per usual, she can't.
And James, when he's trying to pull back, realizes he can't really pull back either. And he's like, "Uh-oh. Um,
Um, I think yeah, Chip just kind of looks over the both of them like, huh, that's strange. And I think I'm gonna roll a history real quick. I'm not gonna roll after like, but at this specific stage, I'm just gonna roll a history to see if she immediately recognizes what's going on.
mhm, mhm." Basically rolling to see how long it takes her to click.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god.
oh no.
Oh my goodness.
For the recording's sake, that is a 0, a nat 1 minus
Oh,
1.
I don't think it could have gotten any worse than that.
Yeah, no,
Oh my goodness.
I feel like she's just so distracted by the fact that she can't really pull the plate slash her hand away from James, and the plate is just wobbling back and forth slightly as they're
Yeah.
trying to pull back.
I think she just kind of reaches out. She's not really worried about the fact that they can't like pull their hands away. She's mostly just like, man, my food.
Yeah.
Just reaching out another hand to try and stabilize the plate and see if she can pull it back. But
Do we want to say that the plate is just the casual, it's stuck with them because it was in
yeah.
James's hand with the thick ink?
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I need like 5 seconds to recover from that.
Like, they're just so distracted by, oh no, the plate, the pie!
Oh no, the pie. Oh no, my food.
Oh no, the food! We don't want it to fall!
I think she's just kinda I part of me also like the slight thought of like, oh, he's just messing with me because I feel like part of her is thinking that he's just like tightening his grip on the plate as well or something.
Yeah, no, he's like, "I Chip, take the plate, take the plate. Why isn't the plate moving?"
I I wanna say just obliviously just laughing a little bit. She's like, "Oh, stop messing with me, come on."
I I'm not. He is literally trying to give Chip the plate.
Just just kinda squints at him like, "Hold on." Um, God, I am. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. So she kind of looks it over a little bit more, and I want to say that she turns her attention to their hands again to kind of look it over. Um, Still kind of oblivious, like what? Hello, pardon me. What is this? What is happening?
Mhm.
Um, so I feel like vaguely she kind of notices like oh goodness, I'm a mess today. But
You're
she
good.
vaguely kind of notices like, okay, something is up, something is wrong here. Um, I'm not gonna roll another history. I was actually something that I just reminded myself. I was wondering if James should as well, because he knows what the
Oh,
ink
yeah,
actually
that's true.
is.
And I am gonna roll history, and that is a +3. Oh,
They're just immediately the exact same.
just a nat
I oh my goodness. I was like, surely he's gonna roll higher than Chip, and then just exactly, just they're both just like so laser focused on this pie. Like, I don't want this pie to fall off the plate or break or something.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thought that I have is like they kind of try to bring the plate over to the counter instead to set it down. Um, and then they
Jay,
can't.
I feel like they both kinda, like, try, and, like, it's just kind of like a, "Why are we both kind of dragging each other along?"
Oh my goodness. It's just like I feel that they're just not even noticing that the ink is also spreading and everything.
Yeah, just because they both got nat ones on their history roll, and they're so distracted.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, they're just so both hyper focused on the food.
It's just I I don't feel like we could really add much to this part. It's just
No,
food. Like
yeah,
I
the pie, they're so focused on saving the pie,
yeah.
the berry pie,
Yeah.
which I decided was the flavor because it's a darker color like the ink.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I am just giggling so hard.
Yeah. I, as per usual, don't exactly know how to phrase this part. Oh, I need to clear my throat. Okay, we're all good. We're all fine. Everything's all good.
Mhm.
But as per usual, I don't exactly know how to phrase this part. It's just that uh I think the best way I think as per usual from what I keep seeing Pengu referring to it as is just flap. Um yeah, and I think yeah. And I think at that point then they're just kind of standing. Just I wouldn't say waking up because I feel like I like the idea of them just still being stood at this point, but their eyes were definitely closed until they have to blink again for a few seconds, and it's just their vision is a little bit blurry as it gets kind of focused back in, and it's like, huh,
Pie. Pie. Is the pie okay? And
yeah,
then, like, that is their first thought, and then they realize, "Oh, we're holding the pie. We're holding the plate. The plate is not wiggling anymore. The pie is safe."
yeah, it's just like, oh, we did it,
There's just immediate relief. It's like,
yeah.
"Oh, the pie is safe."
I think yeah, Chip kind of sets the pie down and turns around in the direction that James previously was in. Was like, there we go. I don't know what happened there, and then takes a second as she realizes, oh, he's not standing there anymore.
And then there's, "Wait, what? Huh? What?" from James because it, where's Chip? What? Huh? Confusion.
I feel like we should roll mm, maybe a perception here.
Mhm.
It's not super bad. Why? Oh my goodness! Okay.
Should I roll or do we both roll?
I think we should both. Although
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it's like super high because I feel like uh
Oh.
oh
Oh my gosh, James,
oh
why are you rolling so badly?
yeah.
For the recording's sake, that was another nat 1 on James's behalf.
Chip has the brain cell now. Oh, God, poor James. Um, I think, yeah, Chip is mostly just looking around like, hold on, wait a second, my voice is different. James isn't standing there anymore. The pie is fine. And like, I feel like James definitely feels her starting to connect the dots. It is like, oh, it happened again.
Yeah, James is just confusion, just rising confusion levels as he feels Chip realize stuff because he has not realized what has happened.
Yeah, it's mostly just looking at just yeah, I feel like feeling the confusion, she just kind of thinks for a minute and is like, "Oh, wait, right, he's here." Um I forgot about that part. It's just like, "Oh,
I just
I
feel rolling with the nat 1 is just
yeah."
here. Who's here?
Yeah, yeah. I the for some reason I assumed that James is kind of like spinning around trying to find Chip, and Chip just kind
Yep,
of like
yep.
properly plants their feet on the ground and is like, "Hey, I'm right here," and just kind of taps at themselves and stuff.
Just gonna roll. That's not the right thing. Just rolling another history this time. I feel like a 12 would be enough to
Yeah,
realize that,
I want to say yeah.
oh, 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 that's what Nova meant.
Yeah,
And he just kinda, there's just pause. Light bulb.
yeah. And there's also like a little fun thing that I love bringing up this detail, but Chip's voice is also not the staff bot voice anymore in their internal monologue.
Hmm, I love that. James is just
Yeah.
like, "Chip?"
And she just she just goes present.
Okay, um, overlap, right?
Unfortunately.
Hmm, okay. Um, how do we, um, become us again
Um, she
instead of a
kinda
we?
yeah, she just kinda taps her foot a little bit, and it's like, "Yes, become us again," and it's like just thinking back to the whole, when she was Sophie, and it's just like, I feel like James kinda gets random memories from that of, like,
Mhm.
mostly just their suggestions on how to unfuse, and he just randomly gets, like, the most confusing memory of, like, "We should eat glue," and then immediately followed up with a "No." Um
I feel like their face kinda just twists in bafflement because I just, "What?"
Um, just kinda just shakes her head, she's like, "Don't worry about that." Um, I figuring out how to
Now he's
phrase.
just kinda sitting now he's just kinda sitting here, suddenly stuck with, "Oh, oh no." Because he
Yeah,
knows a lot of things that other people don't want to be known.
I think, I think The idea is that Chip kind of processes that as like, "Oh, we're not eating glue," and she immediately waves her hands like, "No, we're not. We're not. I swear we're not. I'm sorry. That was Benji's idea. We didn't end up doing it."
No, no, you might be able to see some of my memories. Um,
She
feel
just
free to roll insight.
yeah, she just kind of tilts their head at that, like, "Huh." 11.
Okay, with an 11, you get uh kind of a sense flash of pain and then nothing. But like it was definitely a memory.
Yeah, she just kind of I think her expression softens a little bit and she's like, "Um, well, it's fine. She does I'm gonna be honest, she doesn't really know how to comfort him in this situation. Just I, I won't really press you too much if it comes up. Actually, I don't think I won't press you at all."
Uh good. Thanks. I hate how not trying to think about something makes you think about it even more. Um
Well,
there are some things that I know about other people that they don't want people knowing. Chip, can
oh,
can I trust you to keep a secret if
um,
you see something that I really shouldn't be sharing with anybody?
I'll try my best.
Mm.
She just kind of blinks at
With
that, just like, "Oh, I think that's a terrible thing. I should have said something else."
you just get with an 11 with the writing off of that 11, you just get worry because you get the sense that some of these secrets are to protect people.
She just kind of is like, "Oh, no." She I feel like the first thought is like, "Oh, this is the worst thing that could have possibly happened today."
James is just like, "I know, I'm sorry."
She kinda clears her throat a little bit. She's like, "Alright, this is something that's serious. This is something that's serious, so, yes, I promise you, I will keep my mouth shut."
Instant relief, and he just kind of like there's the mental sensation of relaxing a little
Mhm.
bit because that
Like,
that means a lot to him because it is serious for him
mhm.
for some of these secrets that he is keeping.
She just kinda does a little self hug then.
He kind of self squeezes a little bit and sighs. Okay. What were you doing when you guys did oh, sorry. When you did uh get separated again?
Um, she just kinda taps her foot a little bit and she's like, "Well, we both got ice cream, and I guess we kinda talked about, um, Archie."
Okay. You can feel him start to spin theories on why that worked and it just like it's like this mental map of theories and conspiracy theories and like there's like
They're
the
just like the math
sensation of
meme,
red
like
string and
just
just
the little math symbols floating around them.
yeah.
Chip will just slightly put a stop to that, like, "Oh, I think it had something to do with bonding over something together."
Huh. Okay. And he just you just get the feeling that, like, there's such, like, an integral part of James that's just trying to put the pieces together to, like, formulate a plan moving forward.
Well, um, and I think she kind of just looks over at the pie, and squints a little bit at it, and I'm trying to think. I don't know
Maybe
if we
roll
should.
perception again
Yeah,
to see if you can notice the thick ink so she realizes, "Oh, that's where it happened."
I was mostly just like saying that she's looking over it to try and figure out like what they're going to do, but I can roll a perception.
Oh, okay. Sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting.
it's okay. It's okay. 14.
Okay, with a 14, you notice that there is ink on the edge of the plate, but the pie is perfectly fine to be eaten.
She's just, I think the first thing that she does before anything else, slowly goes to the cabinets and pulls out a different plate, and then slowly transfers the pie to the plate that doesn't have the ink on it.
James looking at that, going, "Oh, yeah, no, that's a smart idea. Good job." Like, "Oh, I should have thought of that first."
She's just a little bit of pride.
He kinda just pats their own head, like, "Yeah, we did good."
But anyway, I don't know. I feel like part of me is like we should roll to see who is the person who gets the person, but who gets the idea. Um,
Mhm.
but I don't know what that would exactly be.
Maybe, uh, maybe an intelligence roll?
I think that could work. She has a -1, so let's hope. But it's not gonna be a whole thing where like if they don't get anything, they're not
Oh, yeah,
gonna figure
yeah.
this out. It's just whoever's highest. 5. Well,
Oh, dice purser's thinking.
so
Come on, dice purser.
come on, you can do it.
Come on, bud.
You got
We
this.
we kinda need that. I swear, if we have to roll again because it's still thinking, if it's stuck,
Dice Parser, please.
I'm gonna roll again. Okay, that's a 13.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'll give that to James because she got a 5.
There's just a light bulb that pops up over their head, and he's just like, "Oh, I've got it."
Chip, yeah, kind of tilts their head a little bit at that, and it's like, did you get an idea?
Yeah, I mean, if, like, it was food related that you guys were bonding over and stuff, why don't we cook something and we can eat it and just talk, I guess?
Chip is immediately excited with that idea because oh my goodness, that would be so fun. And she loves cooking as well, and she knows that James does, so that feels kind of perfect for her.
Oh, 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 James is just happy.
Yeah, she's like, honestly, yeah, I think that's great.
He happily wiggles a little bit, just their feet tapping. He's just like, "Okay, okay, okay. I made pie earlier. What do we wanna bake or make?" It could be a baked item, it could be food, like pizza or something. Like, what are you in the mood for?
I think the first I had a vague idea that like James gets like a slight memory of the cooking competition before Chip waves that away just a little bit and starts trying to think of something else that they could make together. Because like it was fun, but at the same time, she doesn't exactly want to make that again.
You just get kind of like a slight ping of, Oh man, I wish I hadn't missed that.
She just gives like a little. Yeah, the most that I can think of is like pats their own shoulder or something.
Yeah, and James just kinda does a little shrug like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's just there'll be a next time. You watch him. He'll blow everybody out of the water."
And Chip just kind of chuckles a little bit with a joking little. Well, then it would be an unfair competition because I know you would win.
Oh, oh, he's blushing. He's just blushing and their head ducks a little because oh gee. Uh,
She just chuckles a little bit again and kind of it starts thinking again, and I think paces around the kitchen a little bit as she tries to think, and is like, well, I feel like it'd be just a little bit boring to make another pie. Um,
do we wanna
hmm.
maybe make a cake?
I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea.
We'll put it on the docket.
Oh, oh, oh,
Any
oh.
Oh?
What if we make cupcakes?
His eyes sparkle. Yes! Because, hey, he has highlights like this.
she she gives a nod and is like, "Is that does that work?"
Yeah, that works perfect.
All right,
That way we
great.
can give them to our friends too.
I like this plan. And
James excitedly just
yeah,
bounce, 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 bounce in place.
yeah, and yeah, they're both just gonna go looking for the um ingredients and all of the my brain, what are they called? Utensils, not utensils,
Mhm.
is cooking, yeah, cooking utensils. Never mind. Oh
You're
god,
good. Ah,
everything is
you're
fine.
good. You're good. You're good. I feel that so hardcore.
I
I do it.
yeah.
I gesture at me forgetting what the cleaning cloths were called.
I'm gonna roll an investigation for this part as well.
Mhm, mhm. Do you want me to roll as well since James would be wanting to help?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, well,
What's this? Da-da. Okay. Oh, okay.
ooh, yeah. The main thing I can think of is like Ship has been very busy lately. They've been
Mhm,
so many busy days lately, and today is just one of the few days that have actually been very different in that regard. So she hasn't exactly been able to stop by the kitchen for super long, other than just to check up on James and stuff. For James, I feel like
mhm.
he I mean he works here, so
Yep. And he does like making some of the cakes for the birthday parties and stuff here. So he
yeah.
is just like, "Oh, spot, 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 spot." I kind of am imagining like it's kind of like how in video games certain items will like light up and sparkle. I feel like that's how it feels to Chip as James starts piecing together, okay, we'll need that, we'll need that, we'll need that, we'll need the flour, we'll need the eggs, and just all of the stuff that he's locating really
Yeah.
quick and just mapping out where everything is.
Yeah, I think Chip probably tries to help it at least at first. It's mostly just her like opening random cabinets and being like, "Is it in here? Is it in here?" And then it's just replaced with James instantly grabbing it and instantly finding it and stuff. So then at some point she's just like, "Okay, I'm just gonna let him do um all of the searching for all of this."
And you just get like he's not even mad that you're not helping or anything, that, like, you've kind of, like, quote, unquote, "given up." It's just he's super excited, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this!" So, like, there's, like, no registering at all of, like, him basically kind of accidentally taking over this right now.
I mean, Chip doesn't exactly view it as that anyway.
Oh, good, because he's just like golden retriever energy. They're
Yeah.
gonna make things for their friends.
Yeah, it's mostly just chipping, like, I have no idea where anything is, and I feel like it would go by faster if I just let him find everything.
I kind of imagine there's just like this cutscene where all of the stuff is laid out and like portioned out correctly and stuff, and James kind of puts his hands on his hips, on their hips, and are like, "Yeah, we did good."
Yeah. Chip just a little self-hug again, like, "Yeah, nice. Nice job."
He just kind of bounces on the back of their heels and is just like,
Mhm.
"Okay."
Oh, also, before I forget, because 'cause I've been trying to figure out how to
Mm,
place this
mhm,
through, but
mhm.
while the thought that I have is, like, while they're grabbing all of these, they kinda see the reflection of themselves
Mm,
in
mhm,
most
mhm.
of the utensils and stuff, so now I can post the design.
Yes. Post the design.
Yeah,
Be
Jenna.
like, "Jenna." I'm just gonna really quickly save that and slip it into the video as soon as I find the right folder.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 We got this. Zoo, zoo. Okay. And gross. Ta-da! That's what they look like, our viewers. They are
Hooray!
they are super cute, and I friggin' love this design. They look so awesome.
Very,
And I
very
just feel
lovely.
like James kinda pauses for a moment, 'cause like, "Oh, oh!" And then, Chip, you are hit with, like, the strongest surge of species euphoria.
Man, if that ain't a mood.
Bird!
Bird! You're a bird! I think Chip just I don't feel like she has too much of a reaction to that. She just kinda gives a little chuckle again.
I'm just gonna roll to see if his excitement will bring a certain memory to the fore. This is pretty easy. Chip, you get the memory of a man in a nightjar styled cowl, kind of just looking down at what you presume is James, as he kind of softly just kind of gives the barest hint of a smile and goes, "Are you ready, Peregrine?" And then the memory kind of fades.
Oh
But
my goodness.
bird, 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 bird.
Bird, bird. I think Chip just kinda takes a second and tilts her head at that memory, but I mean, she is vaguely just a little bit confused because I she's just like, "I don't know who that is or what this was, but it's fine." Um,
Also,
so
Peregrine, who's that?
yeah, that's another thing of it. It's just like, "Hmm." Anyway,
Uh,
but
do you
it's
want
mostly
Chip?
just,
How
uh
about Chip rolls history?
I was just gonna say real quick before I do that, that it's mostly just replaced with like, "Oh, that's really sweet, actually." But I will indeed pull a history here. 11.
Okay, the DC is not super high, so you get kind of the sense of Peregrine, Peregrine, a nightjar, a person dressed as a nightjar bird. Wait, isn't that something from Gotham, like that James mentioned?
Mhm.
The birds? Like, what?
I think James vaguely feels her just trying to connect the pieces with the gears turning and everything, just like, "What is what? Pardon me? Excuse me?"
You get kind of like a frozen with the hand in the cookie jar feeling.
Oh, goodness. Um, I think at that she's just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and, at least tries to stop that train of thought.
No,
The
it's
I think
kind of obvious since you're kind of we're sharing memories, I guess. Um, I used to be a vigilante named Peregrine. I was the second to take up that mantle.
She is once again trying to connect the pieces because she really does not know much about Gotham. Um, I that's cool.
James
Just,
just kind of lets out a little laugh at that, and he's like,
just
Chip, I was basically like a superhero.
oh, that is cool.
And James just kind of laughs at that, like, oh, realization.
Yeah.
And he's like, Gotham's kind of weird because the adventure guilds don't really like sending people in there to help with our problems, so we kind of had to form our own kind of system.
Well, I think it's good that you helped people.
We're just gonna roll real quick to see if
Oh
James's
boy.
guilt. Oh no, that's his
Oh
guilt complex rising
boy.
up. Okay. You get another flash of
Oh no.
James's hand, clearly in peregrine glove, uh, yellow glove, right as his hand misses catching another person's hand. He's like, sometimes it didn't go very well.
I
He
have
just
a very
kind of
fucked
says,
up idea as well.
"Oh boy."
Let me let me take a second and just roll real quick. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I would roll for this part. Just
Wiz save? Question
yeah,
mark?
I think that might work. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
all right. She's great. I think there's just a like a little bit of just like oh goodness. But it's quickly masked. And she doesn't really nothing really comes off of it. She's just like, "Oh, that's familiar, but anyway."
James just kind of gently pats Chip because, like, he kind of probably felt that, like, "Oh, familiar." He's just like, "Oof. Yeah, um, sorry you felt that too."
No, it's fine. It's fine. Um, I'm sorry that happened.
I'm not gonna say it was fine because it didn't necessarily lead to anything good happening.
She just kind of softens a little bit at that and another self hug.
James will just kinda do, like, a little self-squeeze in return and go, "Okay." Kinda unfurls their hands to clap their wings together. "Okay, we are gonna bake! No more sads!"
I like the energy and just immediately goes back to looking over the utensils and trying to figure out what exactly the first step would be in this. Because she hasn't really been able to bake or cook in a while because she's been so
Mhm,
busy.
mhm.
um, so I think,
James I'm just gonna roll history to see if
yeah, I was
James
gonna do the
really
same.
that's not the right one. D20.
16. I'm finally
18.
getting good rolls, so
Yay! I feel like since their roles were pretty close together with, like, just a 2-second difference, Chip is the first one to, like, kind of get the, "Oh, I know what we're supposed to do," and then James kind of goes, "Oh, right! The oven! You gotta get the oven to the right temperature first."
yeah. I've not actually made cupcakes, so I'm mostly just trying my best here. But yeah, I think
E
mostly just setting up the oven and then turning to mixing up the ingredients and everything.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, we don't have to go into a whole lot of detail and stuff
Yeah.
right here because I did not pull up a recipe. So we're just kind of, gonna gently montage over them making the batter, pouring the
Mhm.
batter into the, cupcake mold cup things. And then I'm imagining there's, like, a jump cut to, like, where the camera, like, almost seems like it's inside inside the oven as the oven is pulled
Oh,
open, and it's just their face as they put the cupcakes in the oven.
yeah, I think as soon as they're done loading up words just failed me for a second. Just done putting the cupcakes in the oven, and it's just mostly just a lot of excitement from Ship.
Mhm. James is just, like, setting the timer, and then he is bounce, 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 bounce in
Yeah,
place, very excited.
she is. Looking them over, like, I'm just looking at the oven very intently because, oh my goodness, it smells so good in here, but also, oh my goodness, I'm so excited I'm gonna have cupcakes, and I'm gonna actually taste them this time.
James just, like, oh, his excitement, like, grows at that realization because taste, a new
Yeah.
world has unfurled for her.
I mean, she does still technically taste things, but it does taste very different from how it does
Mhm.
as an organic.
Yeah, like, it's a different range of senses. It's something
Mhm.
new and exciting and fun,
Yeah.
and James gets to experience that by proxy, and he's really excited about that because that it just uh, sharing food with people is, like, such an important part of his love language and stuff,
Yeah.
and the fact that he gets to actually kind of experience that with Chip is really actually really exciting for him.
Yeah. God, I love him so much.
And he loves you! I finger gun.
Yay!
Oh, he's just like, "Okay, we're gonna okay, question. Do we want to frost the cupcakes, or do we wanna just eat one without frosting?"
I wanna frost them.
Okay, then that means we're gonna have to let them cool a little bit, otherwise the frosting will melt. There is just a memory of a younger James being too impatient to wait for his cupcakes to fully cool down enough and just to, "Ah, it's melting!"
I
He
think she
learned
just
that the hard
yeah,
way.
just as per she just keeps having these feelings consistently of just like, "Oh, that's so precious." Just pressing a hand to their chest like, "Oh my goodness, it's so cute."
I'm just gonna really quickly roll an insight to see if James will pick up on that or not. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Chip trying to hide it at all or
No,
anything?
no.
Okay.
I
Okay,
think it's fairly
alright.
obvious.
Okay. I just wanted to double check because in that it yeah. Okay.
Mm.
With that 23, he kinda does pick that up, and there is first initially kind of like a, "Oh, gee," kind of ducking of the head, kinda kicking at the floor, and then it kind of morphs a little bit because that's kind of like the feeling a mom is supposed to have, isn't it?"
Oh, no. I'm sorry, James.
"No, but it's okay," and he just kind of is just like, "Oh, oh, okay. This is how a mom's supposed to actually feel towards you."
Mm, I'm can I roll an insight?
Yep, go ahead.
I'm gonna do just that.
Okay,
15.
with a 15, you can definitely pick up that James has had a realization. He's kind of a little upset, but it's not anything you did, it's just, "Oh,"
Yeah,
and it has to deal with moms.
she just kinda tilts her head up at once again, she's been doing that very often. But, it just a little is something wrong? Is everything alright?
With that 15, you do kind of get that, like, you do kind of finally sense that twitch of getting asked that so many times recently, and he's like, also you get the sense of him trying so hard to just not get irritated at it, and as he kinda just sucks in a deep breath, breathes out, and goes, yeah, I guess. Um, I just realizing he kinda frowns and kicks lightly at the floor slightly, and it's just the realization that some stuff in the past wasn't necessarily okay when you thought it was, I guess.
She's kind of furrowing her brows at that. She doesn't exactly want to, and I don't think she is going to press too hard, but she's mostly just like just doesn't exactly know what that entirely means, but
And I'm just gonna roll to see if how clearly the memory is. That's not the right one. I don't know why I keep defaulting to the other one.
it's a
Boy.
force of habit, it's fine.
Okay, that's a 6. You just get the kind of sense memory of uh thick thickly layered perfume that kind of stings your nose a bit as someone uh, a lady hugs you and there is blonde curls kind of encroaching your vision a little bit.
She kind of grimaces a little bit, but she's still fairly confused, but she's not entirely going to press, but she gives a little, just a small nod, like, I yep.
James is just like, this isn't a dig towards you or anything. It's just you make me remember what a mom's supposed to be like.
I think she softens a little bit at that, and she's like, um, sorry.
It's not bad from you. I mean, it's just I've Chip, you do know that I am fine, right?
Uh, and she kind of shifts a little bit, and she's like, I know, it's just, um, and I think trying to figure out how to exactly phrase this, but I think, like, there's a vague feeling of, like, she knows, but she just needs to be sure. She just needs to make sure that, or what is the word? She needs to be there to and make sure because she's just worried often about many people. Um,
Like a good mom is.
yeah, and I'm trying so hard to figure this out, but it's also just
Concerned.
yeah, well, it's also having to do with just like I mean, part of her has also been like that for a while, but also it's
Mm,
just mostly kind of guilt.
mhm. James is the one to kind of do the self hug this time, and he goes, people getting hurt isn't your fault, Chip.
She just kind of lets out a very long breath, and I'm gonna try to figure out what exactly I should roll here. Just I'm actually gonna roll another wisdom.
Hmm.
Oh
Ooh.
no!
Oh boy.
Oh no! I think she's kinda trying her best to pull herself together, but it definitely comes out just a little bit, and she presses a hand to their beak and is like, "Oh, goodness, I'm sorry."
It's okay. It's okay not to be okay.
It's just been so hard after I learned what's been going on.
Yeah. He kinda with the hand that's not being, towards their beak, just kinda hugging, kind of with one arm, just like, "Yeah, I know." And
I'm sorry if it's been a bit too much. I just
I
I need to make sure that everything is fine because I just feel like I've missed so much.
I get that. It's yeah, like, sometimes I can be a little annoyed, but I know it comes from a place of care, Chip, but I promise you're gonna be one of the first people I let you know if something does happen.
Kind of she softens up a lot, and she does definitely cry quite a bit more at that, and a little bit of a slightly tighter squeeze with the self hug, and it's like, oh, thank you so much.
I promise you're not gonna be left in the dark again.
She brings both of her hands up to her face and wipes away their tears, and it's like, oh, just a few extra deep breaths, and she's like, all right, all right, thank you. I'm sorry. I've been doing that a little bit more lately.
Honestly, I think crying is really healthy.
And I just I I don't think I should exactly rebut. I just don't know how not to. It's just I feel some form of guilt since we're trying to focus on something currently, and
James kinda laughs a little bit and is like, it's okay. Chip, there's no rush. It's okay to have a moment of just not being okay.
she's
Cause,
trying so hard not to cry again.
'cause like, he kinda searches for an example and it's just like, right now, I'm okay. I'm pretty stable, but that's because I took the time to kinda just fall apart a little bit. So, it's okay if you fall apart a little bit too.
I I think I think she just kind of I'm not really gonna roll a wisdom save here, but she's been again trying to not cry after she's just calmed down, but at this point she's just like, okay, it's fine, and just starts weeping.
Yeah. James, being the empathetic boy he is gonna just kinda quietly cry with her and hug themselves.
Hmm.
And he's just kind of more internally than externally because they're crying. He just goes, "You're not alone, Chip. None of us are. So even if things are really bad, it's not the worst. Because being alone, I think I think that's one of the worst ways to go about things. So, you've got me, you've got everybody else here.
Yeah. I think Chip kind of takes that in for a little bit and like sucks in a few breaths, because still crying and everything, and it's just like I can't even begin to phrase how much I appreciate this.
I know. We're kind of sharing a head right now, remember? He just kind of lightly jokes.
I think, yeah, she just kind of laughs with that and just it's kind of easy to forget in these moments.
Mhm.
And conveniently, because I don't exactly know what to add here, unless you have anything else extra to say.
I don't really have
Uh,
anything else really.
yeah, then I think with that, then I think the timer goes off, and um, the cupcakes are done baking currently.
Hey, the cupcakes are done.
Yippee!
And I feel like James just kind of gently wipes away their tears for a moment and goes, "Okay, we can keep crying a little bit more if we need after we get the cupcakes out to cool."
I do appreciate the offer, but I think I need just a tiny bit of a break.
James laughs a little bit as they stand fully and pull out the cupcakes, and he kind of flips the cupcake tray over onto the rack that lets the stuff cool, and they plop out, and now they're cooling and stuff. So now they have a little bit more time to wait and decompress a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the thought that I have is like there's just a few moments of quiet and I want to say I'm not gonna have you or I'm not gonna have James roll exactly for this,
Mhm.
and but there is like a lingering sense of curiosity as her mind kind of like what is the word I'm looking for? Just kind of I can't think of anything of what I was. I can't really think of the word at the current moment, unfortunately, but starts going back on certain things and is just trying to figure out like what could be a topic of conversation. And there is one specific thought that she does linger on for a little bit too long on, and she's just like, I
James
wonder.
James is just kind of like he notices that, and he just
Yeah.
kind of like mentally pokes her in the side and is just like, ask away, just ask.
She just kind of lets out a sigh and is like, I don't know if it's too intrusive. Um,
Yeah.
you mentioned I actually need to remember what he exactly said in the game, but it was like you mentioned something about having some form of sickness, and you don't have to answer. I've just been vaguely wondering what that has been.
The whole being dead thing. James pauses for a moment and kind of sighs a little bit and goes, "Yeah, you could say it's kind of like a sickness. It's more of a condition than a sickness, but I'm technically undead."
I this isn't gonna be a whiz save of like, oh, she's gonna cry. It's just a wisdom save of like, oh
Mhm.
goodness. It's just
Mhm.
like 13. Um I wanna say that there is, like, the small amount of, like, oh dear lord," of just, like, being hit in the gut with that, but,
Yeah,
it's she's able to recover pretty quickly.
yeah, James kinda, like, does a little wince and just kind of slightly pats their shoulder, like, "Yeah, it's a condition. Totally. Yay."
Uh,
And,
she doesn't even know where to go on from that, just trying to figure out what to say.
he just kind of, lightly, wiggles his foot against the floor a little bit, like, kinda like the toe, rocking the foot back and forth via the toe, and kind of sighs a little bit and goes, "Uh, yeah, remember how I mentioned I was basically kind of a superhero a bit for a little bit?
Um, yes.
Well, it turns out that my mentor, and you get kind of like this sense flash of love, father, kind of just flash for you, Chip. Well,
Mhm.
it turns out my mentor's nemesis, self proclaimed nemesis at that, really doesn't like having my dad's. He winces and just goes, doesn't like my dad's attention being taken away from him. And I'm just gonna roll history to see how detailed the memory. That is the wrong one again. Oh boy, that's a
Oh
14.
boy.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy. And he kind of finishes saying, doesn't really like his attention being divided. And you just get basically the mental equivalent of getting smacked in the face with a crowbar. And James, like, flinches really bad, and he's like, "Oh god, sorry. Fuck. Ah."
I think I think Chip kind of flinches with him like, "Oh, goodness gracious." But immediately replaced with mostly just concern and worry and hugging them again.
Yeah, and, to put it bluntly, he killed me.
I'm trying so hard to figure out how she's supposed to respond to that.
James knows.
She's just kind of standing there, kind of dumbfounded, and every single time she tries to speak, it just trails off.
He is just, like, radiating sorry because he knows it's a lot, and he would have told her when they weren't stuck in each other's heads, but they are currently stuck in each other's heads, so there is
Yeah.
there is just
Another very tight hug, and it's like, "I am so sorry. Uh, I I don't even know where to go from that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry it came up. I'm sorry. Oof.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Um,
It's fine. It's alright.
yeah, it yeah, I still don't really know why I, am here, honestly. Just really quickly gonna see how okay, alright, the dice are being mean right
Oh my
now. You
goodness.
just get the feeling of wood splintering under your fingers and then just clawing at dirt before freedom.
Goodness. Yeah.
And James just winces a bit and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm really trying not to think about it, but
It's fine. Uh, I mean, at least you ended up Here, I don't know. Um,
Honestly, I think here's one of the best places I could have ended up.
she definitely softens quite a lot of that, and well, I'm very glad to hear that. I mean, I know that it's definitely been hard lately. It's been hard for, I think, almost anyone who knows, but
Yeah, but here's home. And he just kind of gives Chip slash them a hug, just
mhm,
self hug, and goes, "You help make it feel like home, Chip."
I'm gonna roll another wisdom save. Um, I'm gonna say, oh, my sister just sent me a message.
Ooh. Uh,
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that.
you're good.
Um, I'm gonna say she definitely recovers a little bit. I mean, obviously doesn't have like a super what is the word? She doesn't tear up or cry or anything like that, but she is happy to hear that, and she kind of gets like a vague memory of like the the kids coming or words are failing me. The first day that she one of the first few days that she actually came back and got to see the kids again and just how happy and loved she felt that day.
Oh, James just kind of squeezes the self hug a little bit more and just goes, "I really care about you, Chip, so thanks for being here for me."
I feel like I can say the same towards you at this point.
He's just smiling right now.
Just yeah, just gives it another smile again. Just I think you're one of the I think I'm really glad that I got to meet you to meet you when I first came back.
Yeah, me too. He just hugs them a little bit more, just, he cares so much.
Mhm.
He's he's realizing that he really likes having Chip's kind of care directed at him, even if sometimes he feels like an annoyed teenager going, "I'm fine, mom."
This is how you know she cares.
Mhm. Uh, uh-huh.
I think
Ooh,
we can.
sorry.
I think it's fine. We're all good. I think we can say now that that they can start decorating the cupcakes. Maybe.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like, I
Mhm.
feel like that was a long enough conversation for the cupcakes to have tunishly cooled.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't remember the exact time how long it takes for cupcakes to actually cool, so we're just going with tune logic now, they
Yeah.
are now ready to be frosted.
Thank you, Toon Logic.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um. Yeah. I mean, part of me wants to say performance for this
Yeah,
part.
let's do performance.
Mhm.
Oh dear, James's is a just a straight 20.
Um, fuck. Fuck.
Oh. They are the most average of cupcakes to cupcake. They're not fancy, they're not too horrible or anything. They
Yeah.
just have like when you go to parties and stuff and people just kind of slather on the cupcake the frosting on top of the cupcake and they just kind of do it with a knife.
Yeah.
I feel like they do that, but then like maybe they add some sprinkles or something.
I think I had like a funny thought of like Chip has the mental image of one of those like Pinterest like Pinterest mom stereotypical cupcakes, just
Mhm.
incredibly pretty, extravagant, so on and so forth, and then it's just this is what's made, and she's like, "Oh, close enough, I guess."
James is like, "Hey, we got the same kind of sprinkles, though."
That is true. I mean, didn't do didn't do too bad.
Yeah, these are passable, and it's not like we're really selling them for, like, money or putting them into a competition. This is just something nice with friends.
She yeah, she just kinda nods to that and then looks them over and is just, like, so excited to finally eat one.
Mhm. Oh, he's so excited, and I feel like he's gonna kind of, like, mentally bow and gesture Chip forward so she can kind of control, who takes the bite.
Yeah, no, immediately just, yeah, just immediately takes a bite, and she is so, so happy, um, because like, as per usual, it tastes so good, and she is partially disappointed that it doesn't actually taste this good, normally.
Oh, James is just like he wants it to taste really good all the time for Chip.
It's okay. I mean, she's still gonna eat it in, like, the future after this and everything, and it's still gonna be good for her, it's just like, "Oh my goodness."
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, like, but it's just kind of like that momentary flicker of, "Huh, I want it to be good all the time for you," and just, acceptance of physical limitations of your own taste buds.
Yeah. But she takes it, I wanna say it generally does not take her that long to eat it because like, "Oh my goodness, this is so
Mhm.
good," immediately doesn't even savor it, just like, "This is amazing."
James, however, is, like, mentally savoring the taste, like, "Mm,
Yeah.
yes, we did good." Basking in the success.
And, I'm trying to think. Is this a good part for them to infuse at?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, because I kinda feel like they both kinda came to an understanding.
Yeah. So at this point after they've thrown the the wrapper question
Yeah,
mark away.
rapper.
Yeah. Um then I feel like usually it's they just feel very warm and very mushy and very happy and content and then um they're once again their eyes are closed and once they open their eyes again they're kind of blinking a little bit trying to get their vision back to normal and they're themselves again.
Just blink, blink, blink. "Oh!" And James
Jim.
James, he, grins at Chip and grabs another cupcake and hands it over to Chip and grabs another cupcake and kinda just, "Cheers."
Yeah, she immediately takes it and, yeah, she starts eating it again. She's, like, partially disappointed because, oh, yeah, enhanced taste buds are not back, um,
Yeah.
but it's
There's
still
there is
really
a little
good.
there is, like, a little, like, look of sympathy on James's face as he eats his cupcake, and he just kinda lightly hip checks her and is just like, "Welcome back."
She'll give them a hug at that, like a proper one, because 'cause they've not been able to properly hug this whole time.
You have it. And he hugs her back tightly and just kind of is just like, "I'm really glad you're here, Chip."
And I think the same could be same towards you.
And he just kinda smiles a little bit and is just, you don't have to roll insight, you can tell this guy cares about you so much."
Yeah. You don't even have to roll inside either, because yeah, Chip, the feeling is completely mutual.
Mhm. And, like, I do feel like there's kind of, like, this sense of James has kind of, like, accepted that, "Oh, yeah, no, you're my mom figure now."
Yeah, yippee!
Yeah, I I feel like maybe we can, kind of zoom out on them
Yeah,
putting, the rest of the cupcakes in a little tray and going around and giving people cupcakes if
yeah,
they want cupcakes.
yeah, definitely. I feel like part of me just feels like it's her also giving them to like both of their words are trailing. Chip giving them some of them to her friends, James giving
Mhm.
some of them to his friends, and then
Yes.
maybe a few strangers as well if they're
Mhm,
interested and
mhm.
all. So yeah,
Yes.
just
Yeah. Yeah, and we can end on that note.
yeah, goodness, that was so cute.
That was the dice were mean, so the angst is probably at a medium. I'm so
Yeah, I
sorry,
was like
everybody.
I mean, at this point, I wasn't actually, like, anticipating it to not be incredibly low, but honestly,
Yeah, yeah. So, we'll update that in the
mhm.
description. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening. This was fantastic. Thank you,
Yeah.
Wren, for allowing me to be your second chip fusion.
And thank you for being Chip's second fusion.
And this is James's first.
I also thank you for joining me for this FPS, and
Of
I thank the
course.
audience as well for coming
Mhm.
and listening, both, present and future.
Bye, Cecil. We love you.
Hi, Cecil.
Bye, everybody. I hope you have a very
Goodbye.
wonderful time zone. Bye bye.
Yeah. Goodbye.